Most people believe their potential is something they haven't discovered yet, as if one day, with the right book, the right habit, or the right breakthrough, it will finally appear. But what if your potential isn't hidden at all? What if it's already visible, just quietly blocked? That idea changes how you approach self-improvement, because instead of searching for more, you start removing what's in the way. For many people, life feels busy but strangely stagnant. Days are full, yet progress feels slow. You work, consume content, plan things in your head, but deep down there's a sense that you're capable of more than what your life currently shows. This gap between what you know you could be and what you actually live creates frustration. Not dramatic frustration, the quiet kind, the kind that shows up late at night when everything is silent. Most advice tells you to push harder, wake up earlier, add more habits, optimize every minute. But that's rarely the real issue. The first thing that limits potential is not lack of ability, it's unmanaged attention. Your mind is constantly pulled in different directions: notifications, news, opinions, endless options. Even when you're technically free, your attention is fragmented, and a fragmented mind cannot grow deeply. Think about it. When was the last time you did one meaningful thing without checking something else halfway through? Potential doesn't unlock in chaos. It unlocks in sustained focus. And focus isn't about intensity. It's about protection. People with high potential often fail not because they're lazy, but because they say yes to too much. Too many inputs, too many goals, too many identities at once. They want growth, comfort, speed, freedom, and certainty all together. That split pulls them apart. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You don't rise to your potential by adding more. You rise by choosing less. Less noise, less comparison, less unnecessary urgency. This is where most people hesitate, because slowing down feels like falling behind. But look closely at anyone who seems grounded, capable, and steadily improving. They move slower on the surface, but deeper underneath. Which brings us to the second block. Your potential is limited by how you relate to discomfort. Most people treat discomfort as a warning sign, something to escape, something to fix quickly. But discomfort is often just growth happening in real time. When you start something meaningful, your brain resists, not because it's bad, but because it's unfamiliar. Learning a new skill feels awkward. Changing routines feels unstable. Saying no to old patterns feels lonely at first. So people retreat to what feels safe, scrolling, overplanning, consuming instead of creating. Potential shrinks when discomfort is avoided too early. The difference between people who grow and those who stay stuck is not confidence, it's tolerance. Tolerance for being bad before being good. Tolerance for boredom before mastery. Tolerance for uncertainty before clarity. And this tolerance is a skill. It can be trained. Here's something most don't realize. Your brain adapts not to what you want, but to what you repeat. If you repeatedly escape discomfort, your comfort zone shrinks. If you repeatedly stay present through mild discomfort, it expands. Slowly, quietly, reliably. Which leads to the third idea. Your potential is shaped by your environment more than your willpower. We like to think growth is a personal battle, just you versus your habits. But environment does most of the heavy lifting. If your phone is always within reach, focus becomes harder. If your schedule is packed, reflection disappears. If everyone around you lives reactively, intentional living feels unnatural. This isn't weakness, it's biology. Your brain is constantly responding to cues. Change the cues and behavior follows. High potential people don't rely on constant self-control. They design their surroundings to make the right actions easier and the wrong ones inconvenient. They remove friction from what matters and add friction to what doesn't. This might look boring from the outside, but boring systems create extraordinary consistency. Now, here's the perspective shift most people miss. Potential is not a peak you reach. It's a direction you commit to. There is no final version where you feel done, no moment where everything clicks permanently. And that's actually freeing, because once you stop chasing an ideal future self, you can focus on today's alignment. Ask yourself this instead: does my current daily life support the kind of person I want to become? Not someday, today. If the answer is mostly no, that's not failure, that's information. Unlocking potential is less about transformation and more about correction, small, honest course adjustments. So what can you do with this? First, protect one block of uninterrupted time daily, even 30 minutes. No inputs, no multitasking, just one meaningful task. This trains focus, and focus compounds. Second, choose one area where you'll stop avoiding mild discomfort. Not extremes, just consistency. Maybe it's finishing what you start. Maybe it's sitting with uncertainty instead of rushing decisions. Maybe it's creating before consuming. Third, adjust your environment slightly. Move distractions out of reach. Make the good choice the easy choice. You don't need a perfect system. You need a supportive one. Here's the quiet conclusion. Your full potential isn't locked behind some dramatic breakthrough. It's released through calm, repeated alignment between how you live and who you want to become. Nothing flashy, nothing overnight, just steady progress in the right direction. If this helped you think more clearly, take a moment to reflect on one small adjustment you can make today. And if you want more calm, practical ideas like this, consider staying connected with the channel. This is the Better Version Project.